Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. My name is Michael and this is Happycus Reacts. Today I'll be continuing my Kuroko no Basket reaction series with episode 39 called Useless Effort. Last episode we wrapped up real quick the training montage and series that I thought was going to probably go through almost all of last episode, as Kagami was going to America and I expected us to have a little bit more training before the actual Winter Cup begun. But I continue to be surprised with how fast this show paces itself. It does go very fast. It's maybe 2 or 3 episodes of training whenever we actually do get training moments. And that's fine, you know, they're filling a lot of the show with basketball and gameplay, and I can't complain because it's some of the best part of the show. If not the best part of the show, because it's what's supposed to be the whole point of the show, is what I'm trying to say, is basketball. But now that I'm done explaining what we already all know, I'm excited to see where this goes. We met Akashi last episode. Very crazy person. Just off the bat. Trying to stab Kagami because he didn't want to leave a meeting between the Generation of Miracle players. And there's apparently a promise involved that they all made. And I don't know. This very interesting. Very interesting guy. Victory is just as natural as breathing to the man, so I'm nervous for when we actually get to go up against him. But with that being said, we have now jumped into our game against the man himself, Aomine. How are we going to somehow come on top? I feel like it'd be very crappy for them to set us up for failure to lose this first match in the Winter Cup. Like, I don't know. It doesn't make sense to me. But I'm excited to see how this story plays it out. That's all I got. I don't have any prediction for how this is going to go other than, I think that we're going to win. But how we're going to win, I have no idea. I keep saying the phrase that Aomine said, which is the only person who can beat me is me. But I feel like that's eventually going to turn into the only person who can beat me is Kagami. Because I feel like that's where this is going, given what's going on. I don't know though. I imagine that this match is going to be absolutely wild, and everybody's watching, as we saw. We saw Akashi's watching, we saw Kisei's watching, Midorima's watching, Murasaki Bara's watching, and yeah, that's everybody that's not on the court. I think 6. Yeah, okay. I'm excited. That's all I got. So, without any further ado, let's jump into this episode. Useless effort. Oh, before I forget, of course, how could I forget about talking about this because I was so angry about it just a few minutes ago. We got teased with a new Ignite Pass from Kuroko. It was Ignite Pass Kai. And he was about to do it, and then the episode ended. And now that's what we're about to jump back into. So I have no idea what we're about to see, but it's probably going to be crazy. So now, with that being said, let's jump in. Useless effort. Let's go. Assault number 2. Oh, a new opening. Okay, all right. Not watching it, but I'll listen. We finally get to see it. I love the effects that they do as if it's actually this windy that it's making their hair and clothes move. Big hands! Get it! Around the back, above! Boom pow! Pass it! Around the back, something! Yes! It's going to Hyuga right now. Oh, Oh wait, just kidding. Kagami, never mind. Damn, that was sick. I was expecting back to Hyuga 3-pointer, but a dunk from Kagami. Woo-wee. The fact that Aomine wasn't able to do it. Yeah, I saw it was like the weird thing. Oh, we're using a gun? Okay. Interesting. So he's turning the ball into a bullet. Interesting. It excited Kakashi. Damn! I am so excited for this match. This is already popping off and crazy. Oh yeah, I know we just started. I ain't rushing nothing. I imagine this game is going to be 5 episodes minimum. Damn. Andy's loud. Damn. What's the score right now? They better have another trick up their sleeve. It's gonna be Kagami and whatever he learned in America. How are we gonna pull this back? They doubled our score last time practically. So how's Kagami gonna do this? Kagami, this means everything right now. I believe. Oh! Oh! Whoa! Kuroko? Somebody? He was simulating it. Oh! Ah, he just knew it. What he played it out in his head. He's like, he can't beat the one-on-one. Oh. Interesting. That takes a lot of balls to say. But I know that he should be able to at least appreciate that he can see that. And I cannot wait because that's setting up Kagami to eventually take him on later. I'm glad they're explaining it for the people who didn't catch on right away. Takes a lot of guts to be able to say that you got to do that. So we're only going to see it a few times this match at most. Got it. Alright, casual. Saying this so casually. You're very level-headed right now. Damn, I'm digging his confidence. Yeah. Hell yeah. I love the soundtrack for the show, man. He's doing it! He's doing the shot! He's doing the shot that... Whoa! Nice! Dude! That's practically half court. Dude. Growth. You apologetic mushroom. Oh. I was wondering why they showed us him cracking his neck. Dude, it's a little weird to be able to crack it that much, but you know, I get it. Damn! But with every moment in the show that our team is on fire, comes an absolutely crushing moment that sets us back. See, I like this for him because he's seeing what other people are capable of, and this is going to make him grow as a player too. Not that I want him to win, but damn, see? Hyuga's pushing him to be a better player. That's his superpower? Alright, got it. They are pushing each other to be better. This is great. Oh, this is so exciting. Swish, baby. Back and forth, of course. So they gotta stick with it for the rest of the quarter. Oh, they didn't show the names. Who's up by 3 points? Oh, okay, got it. Oh, trying to pull it back in the final seconds of the quarter. Whoa, the Phantom Rush, maybe. Yes, dude. He's gonna pass it back to Hyuga. Hyuga's making it. Come on. Buzzer beater. But we ended it tied, right? Yes, tied, baby. First quarter, they have 0 points on us, but we have 0 points on them. But it's better than being down. What? She's right about what? Oh no, she analyzed us and predicted something that all the players knew about, and now that they're seeing something on the court, they're like, yep, it's exactly how she predicted it would be. Now let's change up how we're playing. Of course. Of course. Of course. Interesting. Sometimes you just gotta play recklessly. And you gotta see if it's worth the risk and reward. Are they able to overhear it? Well, I'm glad we got an explanation of how this worked. Oh, but they had already figured out how his vanishing drive worked. That's why we're transitioning to her explain it. Got it. So, it's already a useless tool. Now, I wonder if this is, again, a misdirect, no pun intended, because of it being Kuroko. But the last person who tried to predict it was very wrong. So, I'm very interested. There's the famous line. Oh, this is exciting. How's this gonna go down? The ball's already knocked out. Oh, just kidding. The movement. Hinata? Is that you? What in the anime is going on? Whoa! His slap broke pieces off the basketball. Whoa! So he closed his eyes so he couldn't feel the effects of the rush. Wow! What a crazy moment. Crushing Kuroko's morale? This is a very bad ending. Like, this isn't good. Oh! Whoa! The name of the episode. Whoa, that quick dribble! Whoa! This man and his crazy shots just Aomine! Wow! Yeah, we need to collect ourselves. We need that timeout. Ah, come on! Call the timeout! Like, for real! We need it! We need to take a break. Collect ourselves. Oh! Is that... Okay. He knocked it out. We get our timeout. That's good. That's good. That's not a surprise. He needs to take a moment. He just acted on emotion. And it's okay. But it's also not. Oh, man. Is he crying? He's crying? Damn. What a beautiful moment. What a beautiful moment that is. Oh my gosh. The new outro too. Oh, I can't wait to watch them after I'm finished with the season. This is great. Great episode so far. Well, another fantastic episode of Kuroko no Basket checked off the list. It's pretty on par for what's to be expected. We had back and forth moments between our two shooters. Three-pointers back and forth. Hugo was on his game, feeling confident as ever. And we also got to see Kuroko's Ignite pass, Kai. It worked once. It worked once, but not a second time. Though, to be fair, I don't believe that rightfully was worth saying it was an actual attempt. Kuroko was acting out of emotion as they were all calling out to him, no, don't do it yet. This is not the right time. It was just a matter of Kuroko being emotional in the moment and acting on his own, essentially just sending the ball straight at Aomine. And then we obviously had that moment we got to see a few times, and that is obviously shook Kuroko and made him very angry and upset. Seeing him cry is very different, but I'm glad that we have this Kagami and Kuroko dynamic where they are both there to keep each other in check, leveled, whatever you want to call it. They're there when they need each other the most, when they have to say what they need to say to that person that will help them move on from this experience or grow from this experience that they just had. And it's one of my favorite parts of the show. It's subtle things like that, the little moments between characters that just make shows like this just that much better. And obviously we're down. That is, I don't even have to see the score to know that we are losing right now. But through all this, I imagine we will still have more troubles, hardships, moments, because there's a lot riding on this match. And I'm excited to see how this plays out. And I cannot wait to see what Kagami has in store for us, because I imagine we still got a few tricks up our sleeve, not just from Kagami, but from our other players who were training just as hard and hopefully have something miraculous to show us when it is needed the most, essentially. Like, this show is very good about setting up high stress, high intensity. We need something crazy to happen here, and then something crazy happens from a player, and then we get some explanation as to why this is happening, how they became of this new technique, ability, skill, whatever. And I'm excited. There's a lot to be had yet with this match. Like I said earlier in the episode, I imagine this match is 5 episodes minimum of gameplay between bouncing between the game itself and flashbacks and explanations of what's going on. Because what these shows like to do, of the 2 sports shows that I've watched, 2 sports anime, which I really enjoy, and I feel like people don't give enough credit to, is the spectators, like the spectators' moments when we flash over to them. They use the people that we know as characters in the show as a story device to explain stuff that maybe you wouldn't understand, like volleyball. I guess volleyball rules, because Haikyuu immediately just popped in my head, but basketball rules, explanations of what just happened, and obviously them explaining stuff like their crazy techniques and moves and how this is working in the show itself. Like, now we have an explanation of how the Phantom Rush works, where he abuses their blind spot and has Kagami behind him so that they're not just focused on the guy with the ball in front of him, but they have an even bigger threat in sight. So it's kind of like this whole rush of like information, I guess, into your eyes. You can only process stuff so fast, especially in competitive gameplay. And I like it. I like that they use spectators of the games as a storytelling device. That is what I'm trying to say. But with that being said, I'm rambling at this point. I'm excited to see what happens next episode. I have no idea where this game's going to go, though I am obviously rooting for us and hoping that we come out on top so that we are just not out of the Winter Cup right away, because that would be a real buzzkill. But that also leads me to be suspicious of what can we possibly do, what can we possibly bring to the court that will be able to best Aomine, somebody who doesn't have a weakness. Like, of course we see him get tripped up from stuff, and he honestly only ever gets thrown off once by a certain thing, as we were shown this episode, where you can really only use a move on him once that he's never seen before or never practiced or played against before he's on it. He understands it. It won't beat him again. So I'm intrigued. I'm intrigued. What's gonna happen? So that being said, if I missed anything, misunderstood anything, you want to tell me at all, it's not a spoiler, in the comments, feel free to do so. Let's conversate about Kuroko no Basket. And if you enjoyed the video, please consider dropping a like to let me know you did. And if you haven't already and you'd like to stay up to date on all my future videos, please consider subscribing, ringing that bell, and you'll be notified every single time I upload. I also have a Patreon where I post full-length reactions of all the shows I'm watching on YouTube, so if you'd like to watch full-length episodes of Kuroko no Basket with me, or any other show I'm watching on YouTube, feel free to check it out, though you'll need your own legal copy of the show that you'd like to watch full-length with me. Keep that in mind, check it out. And finally, with that being said, I hope you all have a fantastic day, and until the next episode of Kuroko no Basket, peace.